Good evening, everybody. It is time for CAPI Live. How is everybody doing tonight? So glad to see everybody. I hope you had a wonderful week. I didn't turn my phone down. I'm sorry. My bad. Alrighty. How's everybody doing? Hey, Beth. Hey, John. Y'all let me know when you come on. Please share, like, and share. There. My phone is down. I am liking and sharing. You guys do the same. I hope everybody had a good week. I know I did. What are you doing? Oh, a glare. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Okay, John. Like I said, you guys let me know you're here. Can't type. Hello, John, Johnny, and my beautiful Beth. Why I got to be hello, John, Johnny, and my beautiful Beth? Why can't it be hello, beautiful John, me, and beautiful Beth? Hey, Morgan. Hey, precious Katie. Hope you had a good week. Katie always has a good week. Excuse me. I was asleep, y'all. Michelle woke me up and said, it's time for Cappy Live. We went to a birthday party this morning, and it took a lot out of me. Hey, Margot. You as well, Beth. Katie, why can't it be hello, beautiful Johnny, hello, beautiful John, and hello, beautiful Beth? Why ain't got to be just one? Why can't we all be beautiful? I want to be beautiful sometime, you know. Sometimes I want to put on a little rouge, a little mascara. Oh, that's another show. I'm sorry. That's my bad. That's a whole different show. That's a whole different topic. Ask Katie about the squirrels. I ain't saying nothing about squirrels to Katie. Katie Ann. Hello, beautiful and precious John and Johnny. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. I don't feel left out now. I don't have to get my lipstick and rouge. I had to get that off my page. What about the squirrel? What did Morgan put a squirrel on your page, Katie? I missed something. There is a glare, isn't there? Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, keep looking back out.
Yep. Might have to tighten it up. Nah, it just makes more of a glare. And then it just slowly glows back in. Welcome back, John. We were lonely without you. We're so happy that you're back. It's Squirrel and Lamore. Morgan is naughty. I missed it. I guess I didn't see it on your page. You can never be beautiful, Johnny, because you're gorgeous. Morgan, I love you so much, Morgan. I think Morgan is going to be my new favorite Cappy family. I think she's now my new favorite person. Where did John go? He's back. John always leaves and goes and likes and shares and all this stuff. Like there's 13 people on right now, but there's only 4 likes. Why don't the other 9 people like me? What is wrong with me? Why do you not like me? I must be liked by everyone. I cannot handle not being liked. This is a problem. Please like. Now there's only 12. Somebody left. I scared someone. Now they don't like me anymore and they never will like me. I do not like that. You must like me. This one ready? Of course she loves me. I love you too. Oh, Morgan rocks. I love myself some Morgan. How was everybody's week this week? I hope you had an awesome week. I really do. I did too. I had an awesome week. Michelle Davis is on. Hey, Michelle Davis. I hope everyone in the family is watching. Y'all, let me tell you what. We had a milestone moment last night. We really did. We had an awesome moment. Something happened last night that hasn't happened in quite some time. And we are so happy. That is why I am in such a good mood. Can you tell? That's my good mood face. Some people say it's a little scary, but I like it. We had an awesome experience last night. We really did. We are awesome, Michelle. I'm glad everyone is watching. We had an awesome experience last night. Something happened last night that hasn't happened in a long time. Y'all, does anybody know what that is? Can anybody guess what has happened to Cappy last night that hasn't happened in a long time? Would you please put that stuff in there? My mouth is growing together. Tell us what happened. Hello, the Hunt fam. What happened? Everybody wants to know what happened. I can tell you what happened. What happened was is we had what? An investigation. Oh my God. We had an investigation. We went and investigated the paranormal. We went and investigated a haunting. We went and gathered evidence. We are so happy. That hasn't happened in so long. I don't know how long it's been since we've been on an investigation, but last night we got to go on an investigation. And not only did we get to go on an investigation, but we got to meet one of the best families I've ever known. I'm not kidding y'all. Y'all look in the scroll of comments there and look at the one that says Michelle Davis. Michelle Davis, say hello, I'm Michelle Davis. Put it on there. Say hello, I am Michelle Davis. They'll see your name, but still say hello, I am Michelle Davis. When you see that, that is going to be the wife and the mother of the most extraordinary family that we've met in a long time. We had to go a long way. Was it successful? We haven't gone over the evidence yet, but uh, that makes what an investigation makes it successful. Hello, Southern Sassafras. Um, we had an investigation. That's right, John. He's a little slow tonight, y'all. We're past that part, John. There's no lag. It's right on the money. John's just really slow. That's all. But yeah, this y'all. In all seriousness, hello, I'm Michelle Davis. She did it. That's awesome. Thank you, Michelle. In all seriousness, we had our first investigation since the pandemic is a hit, and we're in off to the races. We're hitting them every weekend from now until the end of August. Uh, Beth has got us just zoned. She's got us booked through the end of August. That's why we're not having a meet and greet this August, because it is booked. But we are having a meet and greet in September, I think. Who is um, hosting in September? Was that, who was it that was hosting in September? Who is it? Who is hosting the meet and greet in September? Y'all are starting to lag. I don't remember. Somebody's hosting the meet and greet in September. I want to say it was Beth. Huh? Yeah, I think so. I think Beth was doing it in September. Johnny, I hope y'all were wearing your mask. We were not wearing our mask because we were protected by love, Katie. This family is so awesome. They really are. They was an awesome, awesome, awesome family. We had a really good time. I think we're going to probably get some good evidence out of this latest investigation, because there was a couple of personal issues or personal experiences that happened. Y'all know we can't go in detail and stuff like that. We usually don't even mention our clients' names, but she was here and she doesn't care. But we won't tell you where they are and exactly what happened and stuff like that. Y'all know we were kind of hush hush on stuff like that. So I'm going to just go ahead and read my book or beat a kid or something else. Why are you going to beat a kid? Don't beat a kid. You can read a book, but don't beat a kid. I'm hosting in September. Katie, you're hosting in September. I hope you're doing it somewhere besides San Antonio, because I would like to be there. Morgan says mine is in October. I remember Morgan's is hosting in October. I didn't forget that. I'm looking forward to that. But I was thinking someone was in. I think it was Beth. Beth, is it you in September? Hello, Barbara. Everybody keeps popping in. All these new people keep popping in. Katie, I'm drinking my water. See? Huh? And it's freezing the powder.
Huh? No, I breathed in the powder.
Oh, you breathed in the powder.
Yeah.
Michelle is mixing my drinks, my water. She puts these flavors in here so that I can drink it, because I hate the taste of water. I think it's the nastiest stuff on earth. But it's because of everything they put into it. Whenever you get bottled water, they put a lot of junk in there, and it's horrible. We do not have the ability. Humans do not have the good boy, Johnny. Thank you, Katie. I don't know if I like that, because you said good boy. Are you saying it in a way that you would be talking to your dog, like, good boy, Johnny? He's a good boy. He's a good boy. That's good. I like two in there. That's cool. Thank you. I don't have a problem with that. I do. I really like two in one because it tastes a lot better.
But I think it was two different flavors.
That's okay. Okay. She put two different flavors in one bottle. Uh-oh. That's going to be interesting. What two different flavors?
Berry and grape.
Berry and grape. So I'm going to have grape berry on my next one. And it's coming up soon, because this one's about to go away because I've been asleep and I'm thirsty. Johnny is hosting in September. Oh, I'm hosting in September. Thank you, Beth. I really and truly forgot. I wasn't being a smart aleck query. Was it smart aleck query guy?
It's the week. It's the weekend after we get back from our trip.
Yes, the weekend after we get back from the trip. Yeah, I'm hosting in September. So no meet and greet this month or next month. We already did a meet and greet this month. No meet and greet next month. No, not in August, because Beth's got us booked. I'm hosting in September. when we get back from where?
Hopefully Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, Pennsylvania. We're going to Pennsylvania and New York in September. So when we get back, I'll be hosting that one
If they don't cancel the graduation.
at the if they don't cancel it, at the San Marcos Grill in um, Millbrook, Alabama. So if you guys can make it to that, definitely make it. Oh, that's good. That is good. You did put 2 in there. That is good. Um, Beth is hosting in November. That's right. So it's me in September, Morgan in October, Beth in November. And we don't think we have anything past that. Um, we'll book December and January and February after um, everything gets done and everything. We may not be here after November anyway, because it depends on how the election goes. And either way the election goes, we might not be here. So we never know. We might not even have an America. Y'all, I ain't gonna tell you who to vote for, but whoever you vote for, if they don't win, don't freak out. Don't grab a gun. Don't go nuts. I know everybody on here would not do that except for Katie. Katie's a little unstable as it is. So if somebody else wins other than Katie's candidate, she may go a little crazy. So Katie, she has talked about buying a gun here recently. So people like Katie, y'all please just sit down and chill out. I'm gonna get y'all's comments. I just want to. This is a public service announcement for people like Katie and possibly Beth too. If your candidate doesn't win, or if your candidate does win and then there's something happens, y'all please do not freak out and start shooting people in the malls. All right, don't do that. All right. It's only 4 years. You can wait another 4 years and then vote again. All right, let's see. Let me catch up here. I read that. Of course you can. Blah, 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 blah. Hello, Barbara. Welcome. Yes, welcome, Barbara. I know you don't give out details. However, do you think you have more audio, video, or personal experience, personal evidence? Right now, Sassafras, we are standing at more personal experience. We all saw something. I think everybody there saw or felt or smelt. There was a really bad smell. And this is a clean house, y'all. I ain't saying their house is dirty. Her house is very, very, very clean. But there was some sort of smell that it would come and go. It came and went for me. So it wasn't in her house. There was I don't know. But right now we're setting at more personal experiences. Um, but once we go over the evidence, I haven't gone over the evidence. I went to sleep as soon as I got home, which is around 4 o'clock this morning. And then this morning we woke up and went straight to the birthday party. And we came home and I went and took a nap before the show because I'm old. Okay, I can't keep going like I used to be. I could get up in the morning at the butt crack of dawn, and I would go and all day and just do whatever I had to do. I would work, I would play, whatever, from the butt crack of dawn to all the way up until midnight. And then I would jump into bed and go to sleep for a few hours, jump back out. I can't do that anymore, y'all. I'm old. I am really, really old. I will be 50, very soon. Very, very soon in November. Y'all, my birthday is November the 19th. The only really cool thing about having a birthday that is November the 19th is I get to share it with Jodie Foster and Katie Campbell. That is the only thing that's cool about it. Katie, the one on here says, "Good boy, Johnny." Her birthday is the same time, and so is Jodie Foster's. It's Jodie Foster's birthday too, in November the 19th. But that will be my 50th birthday, and I think I know what I want to do. I'm going to invite all you guys to come to my 50th birthday party, and we're going to have a lot of fun shooting each other or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I can't do all that anymore. I gotta slow down and chill out and smell the roses. And I don't even care if it's roses that I smell. I could smell uh, honeysuckles or lavender or jasmine or Dog crap. It doesn't matter what I smell. I just got to stop and smell something. But
Remember, you're doing the camping camp for your birthday. That weekend.
oh, am I really? No, we don't have one planned for November. We have one in September. My wife don't know my birthday, y'all. My wife does not know when my birthday is. She just said you're doing CAPI camp for your birthday. We don't have anything planned for November. Lord have mercy. Lord, Lord. My wife don't know my birthday.
I do.
That hurts.
My birthday is not.
No, I'm saying it in a way I would be talking to my kids about hydrating. No, you wasn't, Katie. You were saying like, good boy, Johnny. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Cappy cup? What is that, Beth? Oh, where's my Cappy cup? I don't know. Where is my Cappy cup? Where's my Cappy cup? Oh, it's in the refrigerator. She keeps it in the refrigerator so I don't lose it. I just didn't get it. I was rushing to get here because I was asleep. Just lock me up and throw away the key. We need to lock you up and throw away the key, Katie. What? Yeah, probably. But we just hadn't planned it anything yet. We don't know what's going to happen in November, so we're kind of chilling out on that. Factory stuff is freaky. Do you think bad spirits really have a stench? If they want to sassafras, yeah, not always. It's their choice on how they present themselves. So that's a good question. I've had dark entities and stuff like that that I've come in contact with that did have bad stench smells, and I've come in contact with some that did not. As a matter of fact, the last demonic that I came in contact with was very pleasant at first. Very, very pleasant. It presented itself as a little girl. Let's see. 50 isn't old. I'm creeping up on 40. Oh, I didn't say 50 was old. I just said I'm old. I don't think 50 is old any. It used to be, but now it's not. 50 is the new 30. Yeah, so I don't think 50 is old at all. It was my 30th birthday. Yep. November 19th will be my 50th and Katie's 30th, really? I don't think it'll be your 30th, Katie. I think you're lying. Yeah, thank you, Margot. Thank you for catching that. She says, you wish, Katie, almost 40. Yeah. Margot, you sit on the throne of lies. I've known your wife since junior high school. You've known whose wife since junior high school? Do you know Jerry Franzanio Papa? Huh? Okay. What is it? Jerry Franzanio? How do you say his last name? How do you say his last name? You don't know? Jerry, she doesn't remember you.
That's her married name.
Oh, is that a her?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. I thought it was a guy. It's Jerry. Well, it's with an I. So, yeah. Okay, let's prove that you remember her. What was her maiden name? She said, oh, no. She doesn't know you, Jerry. I'm sorry. That's really sad when you meet someone that you knew way back when, like that was a long time ago because she's pretty old. And but she did remember you're a female though, so that's good. Well, it's very nice to meet you, Jerry. I like your name. Am I saying it right? Is it Franzano? Franzano or Forzano? Forzano. Jerry Forzano. Forzano. You Italians have such weird names. I've seen a lot of. My family's Italian German, and we had a lot of funny names too. Birthday party in Texas with Katie in November. Oh, that would be awesome. We're supposed to be going to Texas. Maybe we should do that. Let's do it, y'all. Let's go to Katie's house in November for her birthday party. And mine. Yep. Hello, Michelle. Wishing I had more Death by Chocolate. It was, y'all. Let me tell you what this woman did. What is this? That's just deleted by CAPI team of Germany. Did you out him? Hold on, y'all. We got an idiot. John ain't playing, y'all. See, I didn't see a whole bunch wrong with what he said. John don't play. John will get them quickly, y'all. Have you went to the children's haunted playground? I have read so much about that. Yes, Jerry, John, our headhunter and uh, team manager, has been to the. He went there in representation of CAPI and had a very successful investigation. We actually filmed it. It's on our Facebook, I think. Isn't it, John? Is it on our Facebook? Y'all, let me tell you what this person did last night when we went on this investigation. Y'all know that our newsletter has recipes on there, right? We tell you guys to send in the recipes. We get there and she says, "Guess what I'm making?" She says, "I'm making Johnny's recipe from the newsletter, Death by Chocolate." And she made Death by Chocolate. Y'all, a lot of people that make that recipe for the first time, including myself, it doesn't turn out real well. It's not an easy dessert to make. It's not. You have to use angel food cake and pudding and whipped cream and all this stuff, and it can actually everything can blend, and then it just becomes this big soggy mess. And you have to be able to do it correctly. It's one of those you can't just follow the recipe and do it just perfect. Um, her maiden name is Collins. She remembers now. She remembered you because she remembered you were a female, but she couldn't remember your maiden name. But yes, it's Collins, and yes, for Zano. Okay, cool. I was saying it right. But y'all, she made that. Michelle made that Death by Chocolate last night. Michelle Davis, and it was amazing. It was so good. Not many clients feed us when we come to an investigation, but she fed us some delicious French fries, some chicken bites that had a little spicy kick to them. Oh my God, they were so good. And then some Death by Chocolate. Lord have mercy. It was so good. Not many clients feed us, but this one did. And we were very grateful. We usually go and eat after an investigation somewhere like Huddle House or Waffle House because it's usually the only thing that's open. It's kind of tradition, but we didn't have to. We did go to Waffle House last night, but we did not have to eat. We actually had coffee. Well, I think Beth and Tom may have eaten something because they didn't. They just kind of picked at the food and had some Death by Chocolate. But I just had a cup of coffee myself. It was really, really good. The coffee was good, but that's not what I'm talking about. It was the food that Michelle made us, our client. So that was really cool. But I'm hoping we get a lot of really good evidence from that. I really think we will. But and then there was special circumstances with this family too, and it was just, oh my gosh, it was such an amazing experience for our debut investigation since COVID-19 hit. For us getting back out there and starting, that was an awesome starter. Don't you agree, John and Beth? That was just an amazing starter back into the swing of things. It really was. So chill. I don't play now. Have you went to the show? Read that? It's good. It wasn't good, Michelle. It was amazing. You did an awesome job. So do I. Yummy. It was, wasn't it, Eric? It was so good. I remember Margot's maiden name, and I've known her since kindergarten. See, that's what true friends do, Michelle. They remember people. Okay, they don't just forget people just because it's been a long time. Well, I don't think you remembered everything about her, because if you did, you knew her last name.
Oh yeah, like you know everybody you went to school with last name?
I do, actually. I know everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, you totally do.
Name one person I went to school with that I don't remember.
Hell if I know.
See? Told you.
You can't even remember them when they're standing in front of you.
Yes, I can. I remember everybody. I never forget a name or a face.
That's a lie.
You know Jerry because you talked to her earlier today.
I know Jerry because I went to school with Jerry.
Well, I mean, you talked to her just today.
And
You should have remembered her name. That's all I'm saying. A true friend. A true friend.
on her Facebook.
A true friend remembers.
Her name on her Facebook is Jerry Charlotte.
True friend remembers. I'm sorry, Jerry, that your feelings are hurt so badly because of my wife's my wife's inability to know who you are. I really am sorry. I feel your pain, Jerry Forzano. I knew your name and who you were, and as soon as you told me, I didn't know your sex. I didn't know that. But then when I found out, I was okay with it. I didn't just let you go and forget about you because you were a female and I thought you were a male. I didn't do that, but she does.
Shut up.
I'm not even talking about that anymore.
Move on.
I see you don't even
We're supposed
know.
to be talking about paranormal.
I'm talking about paranormal now. We're talking about people that how ghosts can forget people's names. What happened last night? Hello, Karen. Karen. Yeah, we got a Karen. I'm just playing. I can't. This is really her name. She is not a Karen. She is Karen. Okay. Yeah, I think it is on our Facebook page. Um, Jerry, ask John. John, did you ever remember that? Did you ever answer that? I don't see your answer. Is the video you did for the Dead Children's Playground? Is it on our Facebook so Jerry can look that up? Karen Vaughn is my wonderful mother. Oh, awesome! Hello, Karen. Karen is Eric's brother. Eric is the husband of Michelle that we met last night. Awesome. Welcome, Karen. Yes, we did. It was an awesome, awesome, awesome time. I'm so glad we did it. I'm so glad we met the Davis family. They're such an amazing people. It's okay, Johnny. It's okay. It's not okay, Jerry. I feel for you. I really do. Should be ashamed.
You're annoying.
That was a dive into the deep end of a cool pool on a hot summer day. That's I didn't read that right, did I, John? That was a dive into a cool pool on the deep end. Wait a minute, how many say it? That was a dive into the deep end of a cool pool on a hot summer day. That was a dive into the deep end of a cool pool on a hot summer day. And with that little southern accent in there. Yes, on Facebook, I'm Jerry Charlotte. She still should have remembered. I'm doing a carrot cake for my meet and greet. Yes, I love it. Can Michelle send my husband an invite to this? He loves paranormal stuff as well. You hear that?
Yeah.
She is working on it right now, Jerry. Margot says that sounds so good. Wish I could be there. You can be there, Margot. The thing about the United States of America is you can be wherever you want to be. If you want to be in Alabama for Beth's meet and greet, you can be in Alabama for Beth's meet and greet. Now, if you're in Alabama already, you can't be in New York. And where else? Who else? There's a couple other places that won't let us come. I think Indiana won't let us come, or somewhere. I don't know. That might be all over now. I don't know. Who cares? Hunt family says, I want cake too. Hello, Hunt family. You're welcome, Jerry. You can talk about anything that happened here. No, we can't. You can talk about anything that happened there, but we can't. I already told you that last night, Michelle. Where's best meet and greet? Best meet and greet is going to be a when is best meet and greet. Where is your meet and greet going to be, Beth? I don't think we ever said that. Where are you doing your meet and greet? I know I'm doing mine in at San Marcos in Millbrook. Where is your meet and greet going to be, Beth? She asked when. Yeah, it's in November, but where is it going to be? What has been your most haunted investigation? I get that question so many times. Everybody wants to know that. It's none of your business, Jerry. Okay? I can't believe you come on here and I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I don't know why I'm in this kind of mood. I usually don't get in this kind of mood until I get really, 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 really drunk. I think I'm drunk on love.
I think you're drunk on.
I think I'm drunk on love. That's what it is. It's you. It's you. It's what it is. I love Michelle so much that I am drunk beyond measure. I love you so much. That's a good question. All seriousness, Jerry, where has been your most haunted investigation? John says Okahaba. I used to say that too. I used to say Okahaba was definitely mine, but ever since Wetumpka, my you're asking my most haunted investigation. So that's what one site have I been to that I've had the most? Yeah, it would still be Okahaba. Um, my most haunted experience would probably be Wetumpka because everywhere we went to in Wetumpka was haunted. We got evidence from everywhere. That's why we started the haunted history tours there. That's why we started the haunted history tours in Cahaba and Selma too, and Laurel. That's the reason why we started them is because we got so much evidence there. We wanted to share it with everybody. Wanted everybody to see it. Um, so these done. Yeah. Um, that's why. It, there was just so much going on. But yeah, my most single investigation just at one place would be Okahaba, right outside of Selma, Alabama. Okahaba was the first state capital of Alabama, and it was every time we went, we got some sort of evidence, and we did it so much and got so much evidence that we built it into a haunted history tour that they still do today in mid-October. So y'all go check that out. Go Google Okahaba Park, Archaeological Park in Selma. It's not actually in Selma. It's between Selma and Uniontown, I think, or Orville. I think it's. But y'all go look it up and then look up their haunted history tours that they do. It's a lot of fun. And when you go and you see it, just remember we did that. There's a couple other teams that do it now because we stopped doing it a few years ago. But it's a lot of fun. Y'all should go check it out. Why can't you go to New York and Indiana? I was just being funny, Katie. That's all. It was a joke. Quit taking things so literally. Because they are Yankees, exactly. I would like to do it at Batter Up. Oh, that's cool. Just let us know. Hey, I resemble that comment. Hey, Ron. Ron, I have sent your info over to Michelle. Have you mailed that to him yet?
What?
That 3-dish thing.
No, I gotta wrap it.
Okay. Getting that out to you really soon, Ron. Oh, wow. How do you look it up? How do you look what up, Jerry? Yankees are awesome. Speaking for myself and Katie. I agree, Margot. I used to didn't think that, but now that I met you guys, I say Yankees are awesome. They're just not as good as Southern folk. That's the only thing. I love Batter Up. I've never been. I've heard of it, but I've never been there. So that'll be a good experience. Margot, don't even try to educate us. Don't start. Now, see, we've just been playing, but you're starting to step on some toes now, Katie. Don't talk about. Don't start to educate. We want to get into a battle of wits. A lot more intelligence has come out of the South than has New York or Ohio or Iowa or all that crappy places. Gets cold as hell and hot as hell. Crazy. Don't even try to start getting into that. We will kick your butt quickly. Hello, James. Hola. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, don't even try to. Y'all seriously don't know to try to get into a battle of wits with a bunch of Southerners because we will kick your Southern or your Northern ass. Jerry, weird husband. Jerry's a weird husband. I'm sorry, Jerry. Why are you so weird? Jerry's weird husband. Got you. James is Jerry's weird husband. Do you know James?
Yep, I met him at Rainbow.
Awesome. You met him at Rainbow.
I met him when he came in for an interview at Rainbow.
Oh, cool. Does it still work there?
I didn't know he started with.
Oh, got you. Something's wrong with him? Is that what you're saying?
He couldn't get anything else.
He's she's talking bad about you, James. I'm sorry. Sorry you said to go to Google. I lost my signal and it didn't get the rest of the you're saying. I was, oh, don't worry about that, Jerry. That's fine. Yeah, just go and Google Okahaba. You have to spell it the right way. A lot of people spell Cahaba Cahaba, but it's actually Cahawba. Add that W there. Yes, she knows me from Rainbow. Got you. It's okay, everyone does. Margot, time for us to exit the video. Okay, bye, Yanks. You get your feelings hurt. Poor thing. Oh, it's not your feelings aren't hurt. Katie's stronger than that. Her feelings aren't. She don't she knows that they'll lose that battle of wits. That's why she's going. Okay. I got you.
Can you please talk about paranormal?
Sure. We have no topic tonight, so what do you guys want to talk about? Let's talk about the upcoming events. We have first, and then you guys get your questions ready. Our first upcoming event is what? What is our first upcoming event? September.
18th through 20th is Candy Camp.
Yeah, 18th through 20th. CAPI, the next CAPI camp is September 18th through the 20th. September 18th through the 20th. at Cuyahoga Grist Mill and Covered Bridge Park in Childersburg, Alabama. Do not miss that. That is going to be a lot of fun. If you like to camp, if you like fellowship, if you like to have fun, if you like to sit around the campfire and tell ghost stories, if you like to learn how to investigate, because the class will be available. Now, if you want to come and not take the class, that's fine. You can come and just chill out with us and hang out. But if you want to make the full weekend of it, you can come and take the class. Now, the cost of the class and the camp, Cuyahoga, we usually rent RV sites, and then we get a bunch of tents on those sites. Okay, that's usually how we do that. And then so it's and I think it's like $15 a site. So we can get like 6 or 7, maybe 8 tents on a site, and then everybody just pays a couple of bucks. But if you want to take the class, then you pay the couple bucks for the campsite, and then you pay how much? If you just want to take the class and that's it, you're just taking the class, it's $50. If you want to take the class and be on the team, then it's $75 because there's a $25 membership fee, one-time membership fee that you have to pay. So it's $50 if you want to just take the class, and then $75 if you want a chance to be on the team. And then that works out a whole nother way. We'll get into that for the people that want to be on the team on how you do that process. And then we just have a good time. Friday night is kind of our meet and greet where everybody's coming in. Friday, I usually try to be there early Friday. John and I usually do try to be there kind of early on Friday, and then we'll get unpacked and get our tents up and get everything, the campsite set up. And that's usually what everybody's doing when they get there. Is they get all their equipment out of their cars and their tents, and they put everything up and everything. And they once everything is up, then we kind of have like a Friday night meet and greet where we eat and we talk and we'll build a fire, and it's just the start of it. And then if anyone wants to, you can tell ghost stories or just hang out, just be there. It's a lot of fun. It really is. And then the Saturday morning we get up and do our class, and usually starts around 10ish. For the people that are taking the class, we'll do that Saturday morning all the way up until probably a little after lunch. Usually it's an 8-hour class, but sometimes it goes a little longer and sometimes it goes a lot shorter, depending on the participants. And then Saturday evening is our hands-on training where you actually get to use the equipment and figure out how to use the equipment, how it works. And then Saturday night, we investigate. There at Cuyahoga, we do the grist mill house, the bridge. We do some outside investigating. So it's a lot of fun. It really is. And then we'll investigate well into the night until nobody wants to investigate anymore. Depending on how long it takes, is how long everybody wants to investigate, and then or how much evidence we're getting or how much activity is happening. And then Sunday morning when we get up. Oh, and then after investigation Saturday night, we'll go back, and if you want to go to bed and go to sleep, people go to bed and go to sleep, or if they want to participate in s'mores around the campfire and stories and everything. And then Sunday morning we get up. Sunday morning we'll get up, eat breakfast, and then pack everything up, get your tents up and everything. Usually the places that we go to, they don't really care what time you leave. There's no like, hey, you got to be out of here by 11 o'clock. It doesn't work that way. So usually we don't have to worry about, what time we leave and stuff like that. But whenever we go to Cuyahoga or Paul and Grist, they really don't care. So we'll take our time. So when we get up Sunday morning, we usually we'll eat first, we'll have breakfast, and or we'll wait if someone's not up, we'll wait and have brunch or whatever, and then we usually spend that day talking and getting to know everybody a little more, and doing our pack up, getting all your tents packed up and everything, and then after that we just kind of either everybody leaves, the people that have to leave go ahead and leave then, or some of us sit around and talk and have a good time, and it's a lot of fun. It is. It's an amazing, amazing trip. I recommend the Camp CAPI to every paranormalist I ever meet. If you're into the paranormal, I recommend CAPI Camp because it is so much fun. We have a blast doing it. And we're going to do those until we can't do them anymore, until we're too old to go, I guess. And then the younger people will do it. Whenever I hand the reins off to the younger generation, hopefully they'll keep doing it. We'll always do Camp CAPI because it's just so much fun. Um, the next one after that will be October 16th through the 18th, right? Yeah, October 16th through the 18th. Same deal. We do that same schedule, that same itinerary is there. It's just going to be the 16th, October 16th through the 18th in Valley Grande, Alabama, at Paul M. Grist State Park. We did our last Camp CAPI there, and it was a blast, y'all. That park is so freaking beautiful. Where we camp at, we're literally right on the lake. Like we can throw a rock into the lake, and there's a little covered. There's a grill with a covered picnic table, a little half house around the picnic table, and you're literally right on the water and watch the ducks and go fishing if you want to, whatever you want to do. It's, oh my gosh, it's a lot of fun. All right, let me catch up with y'all some. You know, the Montgomery Performing Arts Center is haunted. Really? So September 18th at Camover Grist Mill and Cover Bridge. You are interested, please contact me at Johnville. Yes, if you want to go on one of the CAPI camps online, you can go on our Facebook and see it, and it gives you a link to me, John, and Beth. But ultimately, if you want to do it without doing that, you just go to the link that John popped up here. Actually, it's not a link. Why is I not doing a link, John? Put your email. Oh, you already did. It's not doing a link like it usually does. But anyway, that's John's email, jbowen.capi@gmail.com. jbowen.capi@gmail.com. Go to him and let him know you're interested in CAPI Camp, whichever one you want to go to, and he'll get you set up. All right. Not sure, James, but if you hum a few bars, that's so funny. Oh, James is talking about getting us in there. He works at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. My eye is burning. What's my eye? Yeah, absolutely, James. If you can get us permission to investigate there, anytime you get us an investigation, this goes for anybody and anywhere. If you get us an investigation, you get to go with us. Awesome. That'd be cool. I will try to get that info from your wife. What info, Jerry? If that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I just don't know what you're talking about. What info? Yeah, we already said there's a lag because John talks about the CAPI camp after I said it. There will be an event posting on both CAPI trips in the week, and stay tuned to the CAPI Facebook page. Yep, there you go. Well, that's already posted. Both of the CAPI camps are already posted on CAPI camp. Okay, yeah, Jerry. The best thing to do, because Michelle doesn't really do that part. She's our finance officer and our merch consultant. Um, Merch manager. She does all of our merch. If you guys want t-shirts, CAPI t-shirts, or anything, that's who you would talk to. The best thing to do if you wanted information on CAPI Camp is to go to John. That email I just said, jbowen.capi@gmail.com. You can talk to Michelle about it too. She'll know. She knows the dates and where it's going to be and the cost and all that stuff. The cost is super, super low. Beth said she'll put it on the website too. Awesome. Yes, go visit CAPIParanormal.com, CAPI paranormal.com, right here behind my big head. Y'all see that? CAPIParanormal.com. Go visit that, and you'll be able to see everything that we do. Everything that we do is on there. Go to our store, get our merch. We have some really awesome merch. If you want something that's not on the merch, just let us know, and Michelle will create it. She's straight cool like that. You can also get in on our upcoming book club. Beth has a book club coming out. She's just waiting on enough people to be interested in it. And you can get information about that as well. Just go to our CAPI books. And is it marked on there, Beth, which book is the current book club? I don't know if it is, but it's the Demonologist is the current book for our book club. CAPI Camp CAPI is kind of my baby. It was my brainchild. Yep, that's why he handles all that. All right, John also put up a link for the book. Put up a link for the merch too, John. Do a little commercials. I'm interested in the book club. It's a scary book. No, Margot, it's not. It's a really good book. It's the life of Ed and Lorraine Warren. It's called The Demonologist. It's an incredible book. It really is. And you can get the book off of our site too. You go to our site and just look up our list of books that we recommend, and you can get those books off of there. I was supposed to have already changed those, but I haven't changed them yet because I'm waiting to do the book club on them. So they're still there. Not any scarier than our high school years. I love the Warrens. Yeah, they were okay. Thank you, John. He popped up our merch. If you guys want some merch, go get those. Beth, we need to try to do that again. You got Margot that's interested. I think Katie has said she's interested. We need to try. I know I'm interested in the book club. I want to do the book club. I know John will do the book club. So we need to look into starting that up again. Everyone send Beth, throw your email up if you would, please, ma'am. Put your email up there as well. And if you guys are interested in doing the book club, if you're really interested, please be interested in doing it. If you really want to do it, please be interested. Don't just say I want to do it, please. She set this up before and nobody came. Everybody said they wanted to do it, but then nobody came. And y'all don't be hurting my Beth's feelings because I'll come at you verbally. But I'm still interested. Yeah, see, Katie's interested. So I think we a bunch of books on the website. You said The Demonologist. Yes, Southern Sassafras. It's The Demonologist. It's the life and the works of Ed and Lorraine Warren. It is a really good read. I've read it several times. It's one of those books that you can just read it and read it and read it. Dang, I ordered from Amazon again today and forgot the CAPI. Yeah, you always do. I'm glad you said that, though. Hello, Mr. Flippy. Be kind. Um, Anything you want to get off of Amazon, y'all please go to our site, our website, CAPIParanormal.com. Look at the bottom. There's a Amazon affiliate link there. If you would, just doesn't take any time. You just go to our site, scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll see Amazon affiliate link. Click on that, and it takes you straight to Amazon to do all do all the shopping you want to do. And then it helps us out when you do that. That helps pay for our website. All right. What questions do we have tonight? What is this? Shortbread? Are these Girl Scouts? Where'd you get them? Since Marine. Oh, cool. Yeah, if you guys haven't already done so, if anybody's on right now that hasn't already done so, please go hit our subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. We do paranormal talk every week. And we also just talk about whatever we're talking about every week at 9 p.m. on Sunday, Central Standard Time. So if you guys love the paranormal and you want to know about stuff like that, then go hit the like button, hit the share button, and definitely hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you'll know when we're on. Is it online book club or we have to meet in person book club? No, it's an online. Yeah, we decided on Skype, I think. And I don't know. Beth said something else. I don't know if it's still Skype or not. But anyway, ever how we're going to do it'll be online. Thank you, Beth. Y'all see Beth put her email up there, bharris.cappy@gmail.com. Go to that if you want to do the book club. Go do that if you want to do the book club. Even if you've already told Beth you want to do it, still go to it so she'll know. All right. And we're going to be doing it on Zoom. We are a paranormal team. We answer questions about the paranormal mystery. Yep. Speaking of that, even though we don't have a topic tonight, the show always goes better when we have a topic. But like I said, I've been asleep all day, all night, and then all day. um, what does anybody have anything they want to talk about? Any questions? Look, I can put this bottle right through that mirror. Everybody just went dead. Am I still on? Can you hear me now? Oh, there it goes. Have you ever encountered people that thought their home was haunted, but it was explained by low frequency sounds? or mold. No. Well, I've never had anyone that thought their house was haunted because of mold, but I have had people that it was because of low frequency sounds, and we also had an individual that, or a family that thought their house was haunted, but it was actually not haunted. It was the high level of electromagnetic field in the home because of wiring issues, and they were having the full scale. They were having full body apparitions, attacks, physical attacks. Um, they were hearing things. Um, Stuff was being moved. I mean, it was the full spectrum of stuff that was happening to them, and it was actually it was because of the EMFs messing with them. Because the high EMF in a general area can give humans upset stomachs, can make them physically ill, um, headaches, hallucinations, mental and physical hallucinations and visual. So it can do a lot of stuff to us, high EMFs. And we found out that that's what it was. And we actually saved their house because it was about to burn down, too. So that was a pretty interesting one. Awesome question, Sassafras. I found you guys through Nuke, like a lot of the new people, I'm guessing. Yep. I was watching an old stream and heard you live stream every Sunday and I was like, it is Sunday. Awesome. Have y'all been able to investigate the practical cotton gin? Yes, Gary, we did. We did that years ago. I listed that as not haunted, along with Pratt Bank, the original Pratt Bank, Daniel Pratt's bank. Yes, we love Newt very much. When are you thinking about having the psychics on the show? I'm waiting on them, Katie. I've put the challenge out there, and no one has. It's up to them. I don't have a set time because I don't have anybody that signed up for it. No one will sign up for it. All the psychics are scared out of their wits. And I said that. They are scared. They are cowards. They will not face me. I'm talking to all of you. You will not face me. Face me, please. Bring it. But they won't because they know they're fakes. I just got a nice vibe from this channel in this viewer's clip. Cool. Yeah, I'm ready to have that right now, but they won't bring it. They didn't you see your power moving coming out from left field. What do you mean, Flippy? I don't get that. Yeah, and that still stands. I've contacted a lot of psychics. One of them even let me put it on his site, on his page, where a lot of psychics are there. Lots. Like into the hundreds. A little community. And it's a joke. They can see things, but they didn't see you challenging them. Yeah, right? They did see me challenge them, Flippy. They did see me challenge them. They don't have the balls to bring it. What are you talking about, Katie? Johnny, can you talk about I didn't even see that sleep paralysis and the paranormal. We talked about that not long ago, but yeah, sleep paralysis and the paranormal. It is. I personally believe it's more medical, and it's not even medical. A lot of times, it's just that sleep state. You know, you're in that area where a lot of people say you're in between sleep and REM. That's not true. REM, which is a rapid eye movement, that's you're fully asleep. If you're in REM, you're fully asleep. That's when we dream, is when we enter REM. Um, so that has nothing to do with it. Um, Sleep paralysis, 90% of the time, is whenever our body is awake, but our mind's not. We're in that threshold. Um, People say we enter a new dimension when that happens, but that's not true. We're just in between sleep. I've woken up before, I know, and I've done it before where I've woken and feel like I'm doing something, like getting out of the bed or um, grabbing my phone or something like that, and then I'm not actually doing that. I'm still in my sleep position. And then when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I thought I already got out of bed. You know, everybody's done that before. Um, Not everybody's had sleep paralysis, though. What happens there is whenever you're fully consciously, you're there, all right? But mentally, you're not. We're asleep. And then as we start to wake up, we're stuck in between sleep and consciousness. You know, unconsciousness is in consciousness, and there's a little area there that we get into. About that big, about that, well, maybe about that. His next birthday, he'll be this big, but right in here, all right. And then you're in that position to where your brain is being told, "Hey, move your feet, you know, sit up, get out of bed, move the covers, blah blah blah, all that stuff." But you're unable to do it because you're not at that point yet. Your body is not receiving those messages. So that's why they call it paralysis, because it feels like everything won't work. Your brain's telling your legs to move, but they won't move, which is what so a paraplegic would have. You know, that's the problem they would have. It's, their brains would be telling their legs to move, but they can't move them. And so it comes in, when you finally do get out of that realm, you can move. Now, people, remember, I've talked about this so many times. I talked about this last night, as a matter of fact. Our brains have to know what's going on 100% of the time. Our brain can never, ever, ever not know what's happening. Our brain is so arrogant to having to know every little thing about a situation that if it doesn't know anything about that situation and it can't figure it out, it will make shit up. It will make it up. It really will. It will say there is an old lady laying on you or a demon laying on you, holding you down. You cannot get up because this freaking old hag is laying on you. All right. That's where the old hag syndrome comes in. Um, and it's not, to me, I have experienced, I haven't experienced myself, but I've had experiences where I've investigated and my client has had since or situations where they were being held in bed. So much to where they're actually bruised or broken bones um, because of the tussle. Um, Here recently, we just had one that's what happened to her. She was held in bed so much that she had bruises and scarring on her. And so that does happen. But 9 times out of 10, I'd say 99.99999 times of sleep paralysis, it's not paranormal, it's medical. Or it's not medical or paranormal, it's just we haven't woke up yet. We think we're awake, but we're not. And our brain has to be able to explain something, so it just pops that in there. Oh my God, you're paralyzed. Or oh my God, there's a demon or an old hag laying on you, won't let you out of the bed. All right, so much so that we will actually see this. Okay, that's why when there's an investigators, when we go into a new site, we tell the people, tell us what you've been experiencing, but don't give us specifics, because if you give us specifics, if you tell us there's a blue ball that floats outside the back porch, we're going to see a blue ball floating outside the back porch. Blah blah blah. So yeah, you don't want to get to the point to where uh, it's being fed to you mentally. Um, because your brain will make that up. All right, if it does see something, it's got to make it up. It's got to be able to explain it. All right. Let me catch up with y'all. Okay, I read that. They get investigate that for and already read that. Johnny, can you talk about it? Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I think it was Katie that said something that got me in, that clued me into what he was saying. Yeah, that's what it was. Have all had many experiences with homes being built on Indian burial grounds. No, none, Jerry, not much. Um, I've had experiences where we've done investigations, and it was built on burial grounds. But a lot of the Indians, especially the Indians around here, was not buried. They didn't get buried. So, and some of them did. There's mounds, but most of them were burned. But they believe in cremation. But the ones that did, no, we don't really. Um, I don't put a lot of credence into that. I'm not a big graveyard paranormal guy. Graveyards usually aren't haunted. I have people all the time saying, "Oh, you got to investigate this graveyard. Or you got to investigate this graveyard. Or there's a grave site here that you really need to look at." Ghosts don't hang around their grave sites. Okay, graveyards usually 100% of the time are not haunted. Okay, because they're not going to hang. You want to hang around your grave, this gray stone that says what day you was born and what day you died, or you want to go to Disney World, or the Playboy Mansion. Why would you do that? Why would you hang around? So yeah, we don't do a whole bunch of. I don't put a lot of credence into stuff like that. It was a good show. It made a great show called Paranormal or Poltergeist. Yeah, but yeah, no, we don't have a whole bunch of experience with that. Usually, if a cemetery or a graveyard is haunted, it was because of what was there before it was that. Where we at? Okay, that's where Katie was talking about that. So have y'all any know they definitely don't have crystal balls. I'm done with those puns. I like Flippy. Flippy's cool. It's lagging very bad. I know. I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do about that, but there's not. Beth. Sometimes it'll help, Beth, when you start lagging really bad. Sometimes it'll help if you go completely out. Don't just turn it off and leave YouTube up, but just go completely out, like clear your computer completely, and then come back in. Sometimes that helps. Not always, but sometimes. And sometimes it depends on your service too, your signal. Mine was brought on by extreme stress. Exactly, it can be that too, Katie. That's why I'm saying sleep paralysis can also be medical, and then a lot of times it's just mental. Have you or anyone in chat experimented with psychedelics while ghost hunting? Why would you experiment with psychedelics while you're ghost hunting? It's like drinking while you're ghost. That's not a really good. Flippy, you starting to turn. I liked you. You starting to ask some asinine stuff. You starting to turn a little bit. Don't do that. Stay with us. I wake up and can hear exactly what's going on. And it is scary, Katie. Super scary. Yeah. Seems like forever, but it's not. Yeah, we don't do any type of drugs or alcohol or anything like that while we're investigating Flippy. That would just be dumb. So psychological, it can be psychological, yes. It can be psychological, it can be medical, brought on by stress or other, a million other things. Or it can be just the psychological is that point where we're just in that in between state. And it can be paranormal too. Do you think entities can affect your dreams? How do I answer that without, can an entity affect your dreams? The same, an entity can affect your dreams the same way an incident can affect your dreams. Let me put it that way. And I'll go further there. Um, an entity doesn't have the power. Remember, guys, I say this so much. Just because we die, we don't get any special gifts when we die. All right. The only thing that changes for us is two things. We don't have to carry around this big, heavy meat suit anymore. And space and time no longer matter. All right. Where we're at mentally no longer matters. Or where we're at physically. You can't really say physical for energy, but in the sense of what your being is and what you are physically, you can move around a lot better without the meat suit anymore. You're now an energy, but we don't gain any special powers. We're not able to do hocus pocus, and float things and stuff like that, and throw couches across the room or refrigerators out back doors. We don't gain any special superpowers when we die. We're still just an energy. We still need energy to do what we want to do. Right now, can an entity cause stuff around you that affects your dreams? Absolutely, it can. If you're laying in a house that you've never had any experiences in and nothing's ever happened to anyone there, you're probably not even going to be thinking about ghosts. You're going to be thinking about what you're going to do when you wake up, or I hope I can get to sleep tonight. I'm going to think about um, scenarios to get to sleep, or I'm going to count sheep jumping over a fence to get to sleep. You're not, that stuff paranormal's not in your mind. Now, if you're in a house that does have a history, or maybe you've experienced something there, then that can affect your dreams. It's not the entity affecting your dreams. It may be the entity's actions affecting your dreams. But so, yes, the presence and experience thereof can affect your dreams. But when you go to sleep, can they do some hocus pocus and affect your dreams? Absolutely not. No. We don't gain any special superpowers when we die. We don't get a cape and a big S when we die. So it's just your energy form. You're not carrying around this meat suit anymore. That's it. We don't gain any special powers or anything like that. As a matter of fact, we lose a lot of powers because now we have to focus our energy to be able to manipulate stuff instead of just using our bones and our muscles and our fingers and our stuff, to move stuff. If we want to grab something off of a table and put it on a chair, we now have to use energy to do that. We can no longer use our muscles and our tendons and our ligaments and bones and skin and all that. We have to use energy. So, no, we don't gain any special powers when we die. We lose a lot of privileges when we die. All right, where we at? So your brain experiences things like a physical version of Pareidolia. You know what, John? I like that, buddy. So your brain explaining things like a physical version of pareidolia. I love that. I've never really used that analogy, but yeah, it pretty much is. If anyone doesn't know pareidolia that John's talking about, that's whenever we make a face out of the moon, or if someone takes a picture and there's a cloud or dust or smoke or something, and we see a face in it, but there's not really a face there. It's just our brain. Remember, our brain has to have an excuse for every freaking thing that goes on. We don't get that choice. Our brain says that's what that is. even if that's not what that is. They'll make up some crazy stuff, like their old hag laying on you and holding you down. If you can't, the brain can't explain it, it'll make some stuff up. All right. So what he's talking about there is, and that's an awesome way to look at that. I've never even thought about that, but yeah, it's a physical version of pareidolia. Pareidolia is a mental thing. It's where our brain's trying to make sense of what we're looking at. But that's a physical version of pareidolia. Our brain is still trying to figure it out. So yeah, you're onto something there, John. I like that. I think we can have echoes from the past in our life. You should check out this thesis article. I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm interested. You've intrigued me with, I think we have echoes from the past in our life. So yeah, go in a little deeper with that. My husband has a fascination with the diamond box. The evil box scares me. What is your thing on the diamond box? It's just a scam. All that stuff is. It's just scamming people. That's all. You have one of those boxes? No, I do not. Yeah, see, I did have a dream this week, and I remember my dad was in it and talked to me, but as soon as I woke up, I couldn't remember what he said. Do you know why this happens? A lot of times we can't remember what happens in a dream because it didn't happen. Um, when we do the studies on dream reading, um, one of the first things that you go through during that when you're trying to learn how to read dreams and stuff is you go through a false narrative in dreaming. People say, I woke up, I asked my dad for advice on whether I should quit school and take this job or marry this woman or leave my wife or whatever. And then he gave me some awesome advice. I remember in my mind, he gave me the best advice in the world. But when I woke up, I couldn't freaking remember the advice. So now what am I supposed to do? He didn't, I don't remember what he said. And now you're mad at yourself. You're not mad at dad because he gave you great advice, but you're mad at yourself for not remembering it. The reason why you don't remember is because he never gave you that advice. All right. It didn't happen. You just in the dream, you thought it did. Okay, that's what usually happens whenever we forget something in our dream. It's like I dreamed that I went to a psychic and I asked him to show me who I'm going to marry because I'm so lonely and I need a lover or a wife or a husband or whatever, or just a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or someone to hang with. And I was, I asked them to show me and they actually showed me. And I remember a face popped up there, but I can't remember the face. And I recognized the face. I knew the person that they were showing. It's because you never saw a face. There was never a face there. All right, your brain during your dream said there was a face there and showed you, but your brain can't make up faces. All right, there was an article not long ago on YouTube about this. Your brain can't make up faces. You have to know the people. All right, so they're either if you dream. I'm not going to say if you dream about someone you've never met before, then it's a entity because um, the brain can make up faces that you've seen, but you don't know you've seen. All right. So that's where the part of that article that I read not long ago on that's where I kind of differentiated a little bit. We walk down the street and or we're at work or in the grocery store or whatever in our daily lives, and we come in contact with so many people in that time. I noticed that because part of my training as an investigator is to notice stuff. I look at people whenever I walk into a store. Um, the first thing that my mind does whenever I walk into, say, like I walk into Walmart, the first thing that my mind does is I start looking for zones, for kill zones, and I also start looking for. That doesn't mean I want to kill anybody. I don't be trying that. I'm not going to go into explaining all that because that's not what we're doing tonight. But I start looking for safe places. I look at kill zones. I look at safe places. I look at exits, entrances, and possibilities. And I also, whenever I notice someone, whenever someone's walking towards me, A lot of times we don't, you'll see someone walking towards you and you're like, hey, how's it going? And then they walk on and they say, hey, and they walk on by and you forget them 10 seconds later. But your brain does not forget them. Okay. Your brain stores that information. All right. It stays in there, the subconscious, if you will. I don't believe in the subconscious, but okay. Um, the color of their hair, the texture of their skin, the color of their eyes, their height, their weight, their sex, their everything is. I noticed that because I don't know. My brain says I might have to describe this person later. You know what I'm saying? This may make sense later on. And I practice that and I do that quite a bit. And that's why I'll do this to Michelle and it aggravates the piss out of her, but we'll pass somewhere and like there'll be a roll of mailboxes and I'll ask her, like later on after we passed it, I'll say, how many mailboxes was on that row you passed a few minutes ago? And she says, I don't know. I said, there was 14. I'm not a savant. I can't look at the matches on the floor and tell you how many are there in 10 seconds. I can't do that. I've noticed things like that. I force myself to, but a lot of people don't because they're not thinking about stuff like that. They're thinking about their day and their life and everything like that. I'm an idiot. I'm kind of crazy and I think about other stuff, but it's just the investigator in me. But we can see someone in our dream that we have seen before, but we just didn't know we saw them. See what I'm saying? You can meet someone in a I don't know, in Circle K. You walk in to get a bag of chips and a Coca-Cola, and somebody opens the door for you and holds the door, and you say thank you, and they're like, no problem. And then you get in your car and you forgot all about that person. You don't think about them ever again in your life. But then a year later, you have a dream and see this guy, and you're like, I dreamed about this guy, and I've never met him before. So how can that be true? How can the hypothesis that your brain can't make up people, how can that be true? It can be. You've met that person, you've seen that person, all right, and it was stored in there, all right. So your brain can't make up people, all right. People will say, well, I dreamed about my um, about this ghost in my house, but I couldn't see a face. It's because there's no face. The brain can't make that up, all right. And it can put someone in your Rolodex, your memory Rolodex. It can put them in there in place of that, but yeah, it's not going to make them up, all right. So I hope that answered that question. I don't even remember what the question was. I think we can have echoes from the past in our life. Oh yeah, absolutely you can. It's called deja vu. Y'all should check out this thesis article. Again, what thesis article are you talking about? My husband has a question. Oh, I already read that. Blah 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 blah. I did have a dream this week. I did. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Okay, got you. Thanks, Sashi. I learned what Paradolia that from him. Okay, I don't know what that says. You think there can be evil entities that can cause bad things to happen in your life, almost like a curse, but I don't want to call it that. I do not. Um, yeah, the evil entities can cause stuff. Um, I do not believe in curses. Um, I think we put way too much credence in stuff like that. Um, I don't want to go into that because that's a whole nother. We ought to do a show on that. But excuse me, on my water. Need some water, baby. I need some more water, baby. That's so good, baby. Lord have mercy. Um, I don't want to delve into this, but I do want to answer it because it's a question. Um, but that's a slippery slope. We can get like down into a rabbit hole, and I'm trying to keep myself from doing that because I want to get y'all's questions. But I'll say this, Flippy. An evil entity, I guess, would have the ability to do that, but why? Why would it do it? Unless it's trying to steal your salvation, there's no reason for it. Uh, I don't think that they would. A demon would probably be able to do that, but an evil entity, a dark entity, they wouldn't have the ability to manipulate other people or other circumstances just to make your life a living hell. I think we blame a lot of stuff that happens to us, a lot of negativity that we bring on ourselves without consciously knowing it. I think we blame a lot of that on something else just so we don't have to look at ourselves in the mirror, if you know what I'm saying. Right? But that's a whole different. We need to do a whole show on curses and what we look at as being, you know, as being a curse or being, I was born a bad seed or I was born a loser or anything. I think it's all excuses. I think that's mostly what that is. I don't think we're looking at. If y'all do not stop, Michelle, why would we do that? Man, I can't. That's awesome, John. The way you played that Pareidolia into that um, sleep paralysis. That's wow. I like that, buddy. I've never thought about that, but yes, the same thing. We watched a program on it last night. It made mention that there was like 6 or 7 boxes in the world. I'm running seed spaces and random things like a survival instinct. The renegade spaces is a survival tool. Infancy, yeah. Lucid dreaming hits different on the echoes, kind of like how we see our stars that burned out hundreds of years ago, but the light energy is still traveling. We are different types of energy. The law of conservation of energy. Very well said. Oh yeah. No, we don't get into that. Yeah, Flippy's getting close to being, and so the link wasn't working. Blah, 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 blah. We're still here watching from the TV now. Okay, Michelle. 15 minutes of John Bowen. You copy watch for the roll and put it at the end of your YouTube URL. I'm used to Twitch chat. Why'd you send that to me in text?
What?
You sent me that in text.
What?
Or in Messenger?
The job?
Yeah.
Yes, you were looking.
Oh, okay.
It's 1450, so it was close to, kind of close to what you meant.
It's a long way from what I make, babe.
You were saying that you wouldn't ever find what you make, so.
Yeah, I don't think I will.
Throwing it out there.
Got you. I mean, I'm just curious. I'm not saying it was a bad thing. Oh. All right, let me get back to this. Our brain sees spaces and random things from a survival instinct. We recognize spaces as a survival tool in infancy. Yep. Not always a survival instinct, but just being able to make up what's going on. We have to have that reasoning. We have to have that excuse. That we have to have that cause and effect, basically. And the echo is kind of like how we see stars that burn. Okay, I read that. He read my comment twice and read it angrily, like I commented, like I posted it. Well, I didn't. What are you talking about? What? Which one? Let me go back. I didn't say that because I didn't. I was saying I already read that. I didn't say it angrily. Don't be so sensitive. Good Lord. Have investigated anything good in Montgomery? Yes, I've investigated a lot in Montgomery. A whole lot. Between Montgomery and Selma. All over the state. We do it everywhere. Um, one of my favorite places to investigate is in Montgomery, as a matter of fact. Here's the link about an explanation of doppelganger. Yeah, I don't want to get into doppelganger. My lingo probably isn't the best since I'm a Zoomer. Mine isn't either, Flippy. Don't worry about it. Are doppelgangers real? Asking for a serious question. I've never seen any evidence that makes them real. No, Flippy. I mean, I'm not Flippy. Jerry. I'm only joshing you. I'm only sensitive to the paranormal. Cool. One of my favorite places in Montgomery as well. Yep. Hi guys. Someone mentioned dowsing rods. Do you guys know anything about that? They supposedly will find water, but they won't find ghosts. Dowsing rods doesn't work. That's Hollywood. Yes and no. Art is in the eye of the beholder. Do you use a ghost box? Hell no, I don't use a ghost box, James. They're fake. They're not real. They're just there to make you to give you make you give them your money. If you haven't already bought one, please don't. There's even one out there that has you have to download pre-recorded sounds. No, ghost boxes don't work. It's just a low frequency FM or UHF frequency. Ow, sorry, y'all. Ow, ow, ow. It's just a low frequency receiver, and it's just um, the voices that you hear and all that stuff like that is. And don't come at me, anybody, please, because this is what everybody always says. Let's stick to the recorder. Yeah, just stick to the recorders. Exactly. This is what everybody always says when I talk about how ghost boxes are just frequency receivers. That's all they are. You may be listening to a radio broadcast that was 10 years ago from New York or from Mexico or something like that. Everybody late at night has turned their radio on and swept through the dials and seen, listened to like German or Mexican or um, uh, Hispanic, I'll say, because it's not just Mexico, but Hispanic. It's just you catch stuff in the radio waves. It just happens, and that's all they. That's how they work. Is they get those. But everybody always says, "Well, I've used my ghost box, and we were at a person's house named Bobby Sue, and it literally said Bobby Sue." No, it didn't. It didn't freaking say Bobby Sue. That's just what you wanted to hear. That's what you remember. Again, like John said, that Pareidolia on a uh, on a mental stat instead of a physical or visual. It's mental. You're going to hear what you want to hear. Okay, EVPs are the same way. Um, EVPs are real, but some people don't always hear the same thing as another person until you're told what it's supposed to say. So yeah. Nope, just a digital recorder and my phone. Amateur ghost hunting at my work. Okay, cool. There's nothing wrong with that, James. And don't buy anything from Huff Paranormal. He's a con artist. 100% con. Huff Paranormal, he has a YouTube channel. He has a store. You can order the box from him for like $1,200. He is a con artist. Don't do it. 100% con. James, when I first started investigating the paranormal, became interested in it when I was 8. I've been doing it for over 40 years. But around 14, 15, 16 is usually when I started really investigating. I did some before that, but it was just, a kid messing around. But 14, 15, 16, around that era, um, 84, 85, 86, around there, I started really getting into it. And when I first started out, buddy, I had a pencil and a pad, a reel-to-reel recorder this big. The tape kept getting stuck, and I had to flatten the tape out and put it back in there. And because I'd get my prints on there, it would mess up the audio, and it was crazy. I had the notepad, the pencil, a reel-to-reel recorder, a Polaroid camera that would take 10 shots at a time per packet. And at first, I had an 8mm, an old 8mm, what I call a ticker, because when you watch them back, you hear. You couldn't get EVPs off your video. Matter of fact, the first one I had, you couldn't get EVPs off of because there was no sound on it. And then I graduated from that to a video camera that I had to carry like this, like a boombox on my. This thing was so big that you put full. I think we have some VHS. Y'all know what a VHS tape looks like, right? It's like this big. How big is a VHS? About that big. You could put that entire tape into the video camera, not the little adapter ones, but there's an entire. As a matter of fact, you could. When the little tapes came out, you had to buy a box that's this big to put that in as an adapter, and then put that whole thing in the camera. It was crazy. So yeah, our phones now have pretty much everything we need, especially if it's a good one. I've got the GS Thin, and it's an amazing phone. I love it. But all the stuff that was on these computers the size of VWs is in here plus more. So yeah, these are great to use for you. You've got a digital recorder in here. You've got a flashlight in here. You've got a notepad in here. You've got all kinds of stuff that you can use to investigate with. Don't do the download app digital recorder. Use the one that's already on your phone. There's already a voice recorder in your phone, and it's digital, so it'll work. All right. So let's see. I know I'm older, but I thought you used those to find water for a well. You can use those. What?
Alina wants to say
Hi, Alina. Let's see. I know I'm older, but that was Dakota, y'all. Everybody say hey, Dakota. She has her cousin sleeping with her tonight. That's her cousin's hand.
hi.
Her name. Her name is Edwina. And they just wanted to come say hi to you guys. So, all right, let's see. I know that I'm older, but I thought you used those to find water for a well. I didn't know it was something yelling you anything about. Yeah, yeah. People use all kinds of stuff, Michelle. Dowsing rods, crystals, but all that stuff is just Hollywood. None of that stuff works. People say, how do they form full sentences when they can play songs backwards and find hidden lyrics? Our brains are a wild thing. Yeah, right. I've never heard of paranormal. Thanks for the advice. audio paranoia then. What are your thoughts on parapsychology? What are my thoughts on parapsychology? It's a pseudoscience and it should be destroyed and never thought of again. I'm just kidding. I'm a parapsychologist, so I have to think. I like parapsychology. It's the there's some parts of it that I don't like. I'm like a haunting guy. That's what I do. I'm a ghost guy. You know, I don't really do Yetis or ufology or any of that stuff. Not because I don't believe in any of that stuff, but and you have to go into the whole mental capabilities and supernaturalism and in our brains and everything. And I don't. Yeah, it's stupid. But you know, you have to take the good with the bad. You know, but a lot of that stuff I'd say is just like Common Core education. You just have to do it to get by for your thing, and then you never have to use it again. So I wanted to try the flashlight method. Not sure if it works. It can, James. Yeah, absolutely. Flash. I wish I had one here and I would show you, but uh, you can use the flashlight method now. Officially, I'm trying to fix my fan, y'all, so I don't glow. I'll glow if I start to sweat. But officially, Paranormal Society has kind of debunked it because they say it's that possibility of making a connection, in which it's true. There is that possibility of it making a connection. So you can't use it as a remember, just because you can't use something as evidence because it's that possibility that it's just making that connection, you know, or whatever. Um, but we know when we use it, uh, and it does it on command, we know that that's not always a connection. You know, we can't verbally make that flashlight make a connection. So that's why we still use the flashlight study. No, we can't really submit it as evidence if something really cool happens, but we use it on our own, you know, for us and the client. So the flashlight method is really good. What if you, for you guys that don't know, if there's anyone that don't already know, the flashlight method is where you take a turning flashlight, you know, the flashlight you turn to turn it on, then ease it back to where it stops. But then what I do is I'll go another couple of centimeters away from that, and then I'll set it down. Once you set it wherever you're going to put it, I'll set it there, and then I'll bang around it, or if it's in the floor, I'll stomp around it. That way, I'm I know that I don't have it set to a point. Hey, out. I don't have it set to a point to where um, vibrations and stuff like that's going to make that connection. So, but yeah, if you do a flashlight study correctly, then it can be very effective, and you can use it as evidence for yourself too. So, Johnny is going for his doctorate in psychology, parapsychology. Yep. I just got to pay some stuff off. Mini mag light asking spirits to turn the light on as a form of contact. Yep. She's her mini me. Dakota looks just like her daddy. She does look like me. You're not. Yeah, but she's a pretty version of me. I did not see that, Flippy. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check that out. The new iPad Pro. I'll have to check that out. A rangefinder used in ghost hunting. If you want to get the distance on something, yeah, I guess it could. We have had some awesome experience with doing flashlight. Yes, we have doing the flashlight studies. We've had some really awesome experience doing that. We absolutely have. I want to prove that the impact is haunted. Get us in there, James. Absolutely. And you can join us. Anytime you get CAPI, I was going to say that earlier. anytime anyone gets CAPI an investigation, let me put a little disclaimer in here before I make that statement. Right now, we are investigation crazy. We got so many investigations because we're just now coming back in. You know, we've had these people on hold all this time, so we're starting to get in there. And Beth is doing such an amazing job. Um, she's getting them all lined up and scheduled, and God bless her for what she does. She's freaking phenomenal. But yeah, she's getting them set up and done, and it's if you get us an investigation, just know that we can't go on it next weekend. All right, if you get us an investigation somewhere, know that it's probably going to be a little while before we get to it. Right now, we're booked from now to the end of August and some into October. So, and I think we may have one day of break there so that we can do case studies and reveals, or I don't know. Yeah, because it's not just going to an investigation for a few hours on a Friday or Saturday night. There's a lot that goes into that. We have initial interviews. We do investigations. And we may have to come back and do more investigations. We might have to do a cleansing. And then we have to have our reveal where we do everything. And all this stuff is filed. We keep files on every client. And yeah, it goes into a whole bunch of stuff. It's not just us going out there and talking to ourselves in the dark. So it's a big thing. So, but anytime you get CAPI an investigation, as soon as we can do it, we'll do it. You get to go on the investigation with us. That's always been the general rule. Anytime someone who's not a member gets us an investigation, you get to go on the investigation with us. So if you ever want to go on an investigation with CAPI and you have a place that you know has had activity, then yes, please let us know and we will come do it. But just know right now we're slammed. So it's made just because you call me Friday or what's this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you call me Tuesday and say, hey, we got this place, or you call Beth and you say, well, I got this place I want you guys to come to, and I've set it up for you. Already got permission. If you guys can do it this weekend, I can go with you. That's probably not going to happen right now. Okay, we're going to have to tell you, well, then we can't do it, you know, because we can't do it this weekend. We've already bumped some of our people so much now that we don't really want to bump anybody else again unless it's a dire emergency. But yeah, it's crazy. The next few weeks, the next several weeks is going to be nuts. So yeah, we will. Speaking of that, John and Beth, I hope you guys are working on evidence. I've already started mine. I did some of the uh, video. Um, I have something interesting. I don't know yet. I got to go back and look at it again, but I might be sending y'all something. But anyway, um, please, y'all, in your leisure, I know that's not a common commodity, but in your anytime you can, be listening to your evidence and watching your evidence, please. We got to get this knocked. I want to be able to get these done and knocked out and be able to reveal them quickly so that we're not having anybody on hold like we have been for the last pandemic. But I know y'all do. Y'all are awesome. Y'all should check out University of Montevallo. When I went there, there were a lot of creepy things that went on. Sassafras, we can't. We've tried to do Montevallo, but they won't let us come in because we're a paranormal group. They don't believe in that. The Xbox Connect uses the same thing. The elevator. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I guess that would work because the Connect would work because it's basically just a grid. So, what about the Red Lady at Huntington College? Real or not real? I don't know. I've never investigated there, Jerry. So I can't comment. I've never investigated Huntington College. I want to, but a lot of those colleges are Christian colleges, and they won't let us come in to do an investigation. The old theater building was used as a Civil War hospital. Disclaimer, I'm not saying we broke in the basement or anything. Not a good thing, Southern. Yeah, I hope you're. See, LOL win. If you break into somewhere to do an investigation, then CAPI doesn't want to have anything to do with you. If you trespass somewhere to do an investigation, you're there without having permission, then you're what's wrong with the paranormal today. I'm not saying that's what you're saying because I may be reading it wrong, but I'm just saying If you trespass or break into somewhere to do an investigation, I don't care where it's at. If you do not have permission to be there, then you're what's wrong with the paranormal today. All right. Um, I have had to deal with so much vandalism, and when we first started at Cahaba, it was so hard in Selma in general. It was so hard to get started in there. We had to really, really jump through some hoops because so many people had come in there and done stuff that was just ignorant and stupid, like vandalism. And Cahaba was racked with vandalism. They're getting a lot of the stuff put back together now, thank God. I just saw an article the other day that shows a lot of their grave sites have been put back together and stuff like that. But yeah, if you broke into somewhere, I don't care where it was, who was with you, but if you broke into somewhere just to do an investigation, then you are exactly what is wrong with the paranormal today, and we don't want anything to do with you. So I don't think that's what Southern Sassafras is saying. I'm just saying that in general. Um, you are what's wrong with the paranormal, even more so than what Hollywood and television can do to the paranormal. Um, you're what gives us a bad name and makes it so hard on us, honest people, to do investigations. Right? I put trespassers and vandalism. I put that right up there with fakers. People that fake evidence and stuff. You're the scum of the earth in the paranormal. All right, that would be an awesome info. I found something interesting. Yeah, it would be, Michelle. I think we are. I've got high hopes for that. I really do, Michelle. I think you're going to be pleased. When you are in your late teens, 20s, and a group of dorm girls get bored, a lot of things happen. Still not saying I did that. I'm not saying you did that either, and I'm not going to say you did, but I'm just saying if you did, then that was very wrong. Don't ever do it again. And we don't want anything to do with anything like that because we don't investigate anywhere. There's an investigation that just happened this past weekend, this weekend, that is on Facebook, and they were trespassing, and it just broke my heart to see that they did that. But the biggest reason why it broke my heart is because I thought that team knew better, and now that I know they didn't, then we don't want anything to do with them. So it's pretty disgusting when people do that. So it's like faking evidence. There's so much. That's like going into a thrift store and buying a deer head to put on your wall. You go to the thrift store and buy like 5 or 6 deer heads, bobcats, and all this stuff. These old taxidermy things. I know a guy. I just popped in my head. I know a guy in Selma that actually he actually bought a building, and the building was a taxidermy place before he bought it. It was empty when he bought it, but before that, it was a taxidermy. There's still a lot of stuff in there. This guy took all those heads of different animals and took them to his house and hung them up, and tells people to this day that he shot them all. I know this for a fact. I know him. It's sad. But and there's people that go in there and they see, and this guy's got an impressive. If you're into hunting, I don't care about hunting myself. I'm not a hunter. I don't not do it because it's wrong or anything like that. I think God put animals on this earth for us, and some of them for us to eat, like cows and stuff. I don't have a problem with that. I've seen bleeding hearts have a cheeseburger in their hand. You shouldn't be shooting them turkeys. Them turkeys. Why y'all fishing for salmon? Salmon have lives too. The whole time they're shoving a cow down your throat. But yeah, I don't get into all that. But I did. I've seen him. I know a guy that does that right now. That hangs all this stuff up in his house and everything. But why did I say that? I lost my train of thought. Okay, I already read that. Let's see. Started working on photos and audio review. Okay, I figured you already had. If you do not want to answer, that's understandable. But are you religious? And if so, how have your paranormal experiences affected that? Yes, I am religious. I'm Christian. I was born into a Pentecostal church. I was brought up in the Pentecostal and the Catholic church with a sprinkle of Southern Baptist. But it affected it in a lot of ways. Uh, I thought that I was going to be an evangelist in my younger years. I thought that's what I was going to do, was be an evangelist in the Pentecostal church. It didn't work out that way because I got into the paranormal, and they don't believe in that. They think it's all demonic, but it's not. Um, but yeah, my it did affect it quite a bit because my paranormal experiences told me that everything that the church told me was not true, and my religious experiences, without listening to the hoopla and the rigmarole, but just doing the research and on myself, found out that ghosts are real and they are talked about in the Bible. And it doesn't, just because a preacher stands up and tells you something's wrong doesn't make it wrong. Okay. Don't put your faith in him. Put your faith in your belief, your religion, and yourself. Right. I remember years ago when Creflo Baptist Hospital had the old nursing home, and then I had some great experiences in it. That's awesome. We've investigated a lot of nursing homes, old nursing homes, gotten a lot of evidence. I promise I didn't go in, but my room date did. I'm not judging you, Sassafras. I'm just telling you my thoughts on vandalism and trespassing and investigating without um, permission. That's all I was doing. I have no reason to distrust you whatsoever. I'll take you at your word. You could get a 4-hour conversation with the spirit when it reveals the mysteries of the afterlife, but if you're trespassing, your evidence and your team reputation is. Amen, John. You can get a daggum on camera interview with a ghost that tells you everything about the third parallel, and it would mean nothing to nobody. It would be garbage because we already know you're a dishonest person if you trespass. Thank you. That's a good way to say that, John. Have you guys investigated Crybaby Bridge? I'm not sure where it's at. I've investigated several Crybaby Bridges, Michelle. Every town has one. They're usually, yeah, it's just, there's a lot of stories out there that was designed to get the scared little girl into the football player's arms on a dark road. I'll go that way. So yeah, a lot of that's what that is. Right? I think sharing a stupid teen story has me blackballed. It doesn't, Sassafras. Like I said, I'm not judging you one little bit. I swear I'm not. If you say you didn't do it, but you knew people that did that, I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with it. I think it sucks. But I don't have any reason to discredit you or think you're or call you a liar. I would never do that. I'm just saying that's our views on investigating without permission, trespassing, vandalism, all that stuff. That's our CAPI's views on it. We will not do it. Right? I was in a situation several years ago, back when we first started CAPI, where right in the middle of the investigation, I found out we were helping another team, and right in the middle of the investigation, I found out that we did not have the permission that I thought we did. And then we stopped it. Yes.
Someone did not us. You know that little thing you put on my bed? What's happened?
What about it?
This is
Okay. And not during the show. I can't know. Something that's going to have to wait. Okay. I've never been on a paranormal investigation. Well, you got to go on one, girl. They're fun. That's right, John. That's the reason why we do what we do, to give people the access to the real paranormal. John, get rid of that, please. The best man, I love you. Yeah, kill that, please. Reading name that I can't pronounce. Oh, yeah, name that I can't pronounce. Off with his head, John. Montgomery. Been told that the property that my hotel, the Renaissance Montgomery, is built on is haunted. What is your take on the property itself? I don't know. I've never been there. I don't have any opinion about that, James. I'm sorry. I've never investigated the Renaissance. Been told that the property that my hotel, your hotel or the hotel you work at? Have any of y'all been afraid of an entity following you home or attaching itself to any of y'all? That's always, thank you, John. That's always a concern, Jerry. I invited one home. It was a little boy. He's still here. His name's Toby. Everyone that watches the show already knows about him. Um, he does little things every now and then. Uh, I invited him here because the people wanted him gone. But yeah, you always have that possibility of something of following you home, um, and it not being good. But I welcome it myself. If it's a negative thing and it follows one of me or one of my team home, we're just going to take care of it. We're just going to. The thing about the paranormal, guys, is this is what gets me about the paranormal is not scary. It's just not scary. When we go to an investigation, and a lot of times clients, you'll see the look in their face and they're they're like, oh my God, this is what y'all do. We thought it was like something because they watch TV and they watch movies, you know, and they heard stories all their lives, and they thought that the paranormal is not scary. A demonic is not scary if you're experienced. I've faced demons. I've looked them in the eye. They don't scare me because I know they can't do a damn thing to me that I don't allow them to do. So the paranormal is not a scary thing at all. I don't get when people say, "Oh, I couldn't do what you do." There's no way I could do what you do. I would be running, screaming my head off. There's nothing scary about it. It's not a scary experience. Hollywood is scary. The movies they've portrayed about paranormal investigators and the movies they portrayed about ghosts and spirits and demons, those are scary as hell. But in real life, none of that stuff is that scary. I mean, if you're not used to it when you first get into it, I can understand walking through an old house in the dark and hearing a voice or hearing a knock. I can understand how people can get a little, feel a little something about that. But you're not going to, it's not so much to where it's going to freak you out. Ooh, excuse me. Yes, Toby, Mr. Flippy. That's his name, Toby. The hotel you work at. Okay, well, get us in there, James. We'll investigate there too. I'm more concerned about the living, right, John? The living scare me a heck of a lot more than the dead do. Why do people always investigate at night? I've had experiences during the day. Awesome question, Sassafras. A lot of times people investigate at night because, well, some people investigate at night because they think 12 or 3 a.m. are witching hours, and that's when that's all bullshit. Don't worry about all that blah, blah, blah. There's no certain, if it's haunted at 3 o'clock in the morning, guess what? It's haunted at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, too. But the reason why we do a lot of our investigations at nighttime is because we can focus on stuff. There's a lot less traffic going on, foot traffic, vehicle traffic. And it's kind of like when you watch CSI on TV. You know how they'll come into a room that is well lit. You can see everything in the room, but they'll still have a flashlight in their hand and they'll be looking around with the flashlight in a well lit room. You're like, what are you, blind? How can you be a CSI agent if you can't see in this well lit room? They can see fine, but the beam on their light shining on the floor That's what that does is it pinpoints that. It's an old investigator's trick. You're looking, instead of looking at the entire floor or the entire wall or the entire bed, you're looking at just that one spot. That way you don't miss anything. See what I'm saying? You're looking at every square inch of that instead of all this other stuff. And you get stuff like that glints in the light too, like hair and stuff like that. So that's why we do it at night. It's just less traffic, less contamination for our evidence. So, all right, I drew a random of a top hat man, JoJo stand named Phantom Pain, whose power I brought was exactly the same as the people claim the top hat demon did. There's no such thing as a top hat demon, nitro power, so I don't believe you. It's the lack of not knowing which is why. It's the lack of not knowing which is why. Yeah, exactly, Flippy. That's what I was saying. When you first go into an investigation and you're not used to it, it's like you're a newbie, and you first go into it, it's that not knowing, it can scare the hell out of you. Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. But it's once you get to know it and you get to know the paranormal and their reactions and your reactions, stuff like that, it stops being scary. It really does. I recently found out about him after getting a recommendation on YouTube about encounters with him. There's no such thing as the top hat demon, Nitro. Sorry. Sell your stuff somewhere else, buddy. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love, a sound mind. I don't agree 100% of that. God offers us a spirit of power and love and a sound mind. Some people don't accept it. I see where you're going, but I don't agree 100%. He doesn't give us those things, just like he doesn't give us faith, or he gave us free will. That's the only thing he gave us was free will. But it's up to us to accept those things. To be honest, I'd rather have a demon watch me sleep than a random dude out of my window. Y'all have got such a weird ideology of demons. It's freaking me out. Demons are not what y'all think they are. Nitro Power, you and Flippy are way out there on demons. You're way off. Let me put it that way. People claim the top hat demon hat. Yeah, there's no such thing as all that. You guys are getting back into the uh, dime store marijuana posters. I think Nitro is talking about the shadow person that has been seen with the top hat. That's a possibility. Maybe that is what he's talking about. But there is a top hat demon that became famous with the marijuana posters. Everybody would see them and everything, and it wasn't meant to be that. I'm not going to get into that, but it's not what it was meant to be. When I say demon, I mean not a nice entity. Okay, well, don't. You're still incorrectly labeling it, though, buddy. That's what I'm saying. Um, that's like saying when I say F-150, I meant a Chevy Z71. Well, why would you say F-150? It's like saying when I say F-150, I mean a Chevy pickup truck. That's how it is. Not the Z71, but the Chevy pickup truck. But demon is not a not nice entity. All right, a demon has never been an entity. It's never had the inconvenience of being tied down. Never had that. I blame movies and TV shows for my bad words. Paranormal, there you go. I just read somewhere where call him a top hat demon, but some people called him a shadow person too. I know what you're talking about on top hat demon, if that's what you're talking about. Top hat demon is is manufactured. It's not real. Um, I've seen several shadow people. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to say call an apple and an orange an orange. Um, Demons are not entities. They've never been an entity. They don't know what it is to be an entity. They don't know what it is to be human. They just know that they don't like them. That's all. All right. Guys, I think we're going to shut her down for tonight. I am getting super sleepy. I still have a lot of work that I got to do before in the morning. Um, thank you guys so much for making it another successful show. Um, we love you guys so much. I can't wait for CAPI, for Camp CAPI. Um, we've got two planned, but I just want to talk about the next one in October. I mean, in September, 18th through the 20th at Kaimolga, Gristmill, and Covered Bridge Park in Childersburg, Alabama. Guys, you will not regret coming to That's how I feel right now. You will not regret coming to a Camp CAPI. I promise you, there's so much fun. They're informative if you take the class. They are fun if you like to camp. They're fun if you like to hike or fish or swim, all that stuff. We have such a freaking good time at our Camp Cappies. Email John. John, throw your email up one more time. Email John if you want to come to a Camp Cappy. He'll give you all the what fors and where ats and hi ats and let you know exactly how you do what you do to make that happen. We love you guys so much. Thank you for another successful show. Thank you guys for always being there. Thank you guys for watching. Couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't want to either. We love you so much. I want you everyone to have a good, great paranormal week and make somebody smile this week. Love you guys. Good night.